I never believed that a gym could change someone's life, let alone mine. I walked in that morning just trying to escape my thoughts, not knowing that a stranger would walk right into my story and rearrange more than just my posture. It started on a gray Tuesday, one of those mornings when your reflection feels like a stranger. My breakup with Sarah had left me hollow, and every mirror I passed reminded me of what I'd lost: her laughter, her warmth, her belief that I could be better. I joined the gym out of impulse, telling myself it was for health. Deep down, I just wanted to feel something again. The air inside the gym was thick with music in motion. Weights clanged, treadmills hummed, and confidence filled the room like oxygen. I felt like an imposter among sculpted bodies and determined faces. I wandered toward the bench press, hoping no one would notice the awkwardness of my movements. Then she appeared. Her name was Alina, one of the trainers. She was confident but not intimidating, the kind of person whose presence softened even the hardest moments. She noticed me struggling with my form and walked over, her voice calm but firm. "You're going to hurt your back if you keep lifting like that." I tried to laugh it off, embarrassed. "Yeah, I'm new. You can probably tell." She smiled, that small, patient smile trainers have when they've seen 100 people like me. "Everyone's new once. Let me help you." She stepped closer, her hands steadying the bar, then lightly touching my shoulders, adjusting my posture. "Keep your chest up, there. Now look straight." When our eyes met in the mirror, something shifted. There was no judgment, just quiet understanding. My heart beat faster than it should have for a simple gym correction. She noticed, because after a moment, she leaned in slightly, her voice barely above a whisper. "Don't look at me like that," she said, her tone soft but edged with something unspoken. I blinked, startled, unsure if I'd imagined it. But when I looked again, she had stepped back, professional and composed, like it never happened. That moment stuck with me. I couldn't explain it. I came back the next day. And the next. Over time, the gym became more than a place to sweat, it became the place where I started to rebuild. Alina became my guide, but also my quiet motivation. She pushed me past limits I didn't think I could reach. Every time I faltered, she reminded me why I'd started. One evening, after everyone else had left, I stayed behind to finish a set. My arms trembled with exhaustion. Alina approached, handing me a bottle of water. "You've come a long way," she said softly, "thanks to you." She smiled, sitting beside me. "No. Thanks to you for showing up." Her eyes met mine again, and for the first time, she didn't look away. That night, we talked for hours. About failure, fear, heartbreak, and how we both used the gym as a shield from life. She confessed she'd been through a breakup too, one that made her forget who she was. Helping others rebuild was her way of healing. We started training together more often, laughing between sets, sharing quiet silences that said more than words could. There was something healing in the way she believed in me, in how she never asked about my past but somehow helped me let it go. Weeks turned into months, and I found myself looking forward to every morning. Not because of the mirror, not because of the progress, but because of her. Then one day, I noticed something different in her. She was quieter, distant. After class, I found her sitting alone by the lockers, her hands trembling slightly. "Alina, what's wrong?" I asked. She hesitated, then looked up. "My father's sick. I've been trying to stay strong, but it's hard." Without thinking, I reached out, placing my hand over hers. "You don't have to be strong all the time." For the first time, she let herself cry. The woman who taught me to be strong was finally letting herself be human, and I realized how much she meant to me. From then on, I wasn't just the one being guided. I was the one standing beside her. I drove her home when she was too tired. I brought her food when she forgot to eat. Slowly, quietly, we became more than trainer and client. We became each other's peace. Months later, her father's health stabilized, and she began smiling again. One evening, as the sun bled through the gym windows, she turned to me and said, "You know, the first day you walked in, I thought you were going to quit after a week." I laughed. "I almost did. Until you adjusted my form." Her lips curved into that familiar, teasing smile. And whispered, "Don't look at me like that." I remember. I stepped closer. "Maybe you shouldn't have said that." "Why?" "Because I haven't stopped looking at you that way since." She didn't reply with words. She just smiled, the kind of smile that says finally, and in that quiet space between laughter and breath, I realized something. The gym hadn't just built my strength, it rebuilt my heart. Sometimes, healing doesn't come from running away from your pain. Sometimes, it walks right up to you, corrects your posture, looks you in the eye, and whispers, "Don't look at me like that." But you do anyway, and that's how you find yourself again.